what is even happening in Fortnite anymore. That's what we'll be answering in today's video. Make sure to sub if you haven't already and use code NexusKnight in the item shop to help support me. I'll greatly appreciate it. Fortnite Chapter 7 was built up with a lot of promise. New story and direction to the game entirely, and it really felt like that was the main selling point of the chapter. However, 1 month in, and it feels like they're not delivering on that promise. Winterfest was one of the most underwhelming Winterfests we've had, especially if you look at how great last year's Winterfest was. The cosmetics that came were pretty boring, all things considered. Winter Miku wasn't different enough from the original Miku to be entirely new skin. All the Harry Potter stuff was just really bad. The Sabrina Carpenter skin was fine, but not amazing. And all the original Fortnite skins were pretty boring as well. Let's not forget how this event had nothing new for the gameplay. No new items or anything. Even though we did get the DeLorean from Back to the Future, that was only one new thing. I will say that the map changes were really good for this Christmas event. I did enjoy those. But that's all I really have to say about Winterfest. But the main reason why I wanted to make this video in the first place is the new game mode that's coming to Fortnite tomorrow. I honestly can't believe we're getting a Fall Guys game mode in 2026. We need to leave all that behind Fortnite. It is insane to me how apparently they worked on this mode for a year only for it to be limited time. Isn't that just a waste of resources? Now granted, it's probably limited time to see if people are interested, but it feels like a waste of resources still. This could have been passable if it wasn't a Fall Guys mode. Trust me, nobody in this game plays the Fall Guys maps. That's just the truth. I don't really see anyone play the actual Fall Guys game in general. So I'm not really sure what possessed Epic to make this mode. Especially spend a year making it as well. Just something about a Fall Guys basketball mode really doesn't sound appealing to me whatsoever, and most of the player base really show it as well. It really feels like they aren't learning from their mistakes with these metaverse modes. Rocket Racing flopped, which is unfortunate. I think that mode should have leaned into the fact that it's a racing mode in Fortnite. This should have been like Mario Kart, with a bunch of power-ups and dynamic racing maps. Hey, I won't be surprised if the reason why the Cars collab hasn't come yet is because that was intended to be a big update for Rocket Racing. Another mode is Fortnite Festival. It definitely was the most popular, but it shows how less they care about it. There's a real lack of weekly jam tracks, and the music passes themselves feel like filler most of the time. Ballistic. I was never really interested into the mode, but that's another mode they hardly paid attention to, and it just died off. They sent out some untextured maps, and they only ever updated them once, which I think is a little crazy. They need to do what they've been doing with Lego Fortnite. Create big updates for people to come back, like the Ninjago update. That was a great, massive update, and it's a 2-part update too. We are still waiting for part 2 to come out, but I think that should be the standard for these metaverse modes. They need big updates to keep on thriving, otherwise they're just gonna die off like they mostly do. Anyways, that is enough of me talking about the metaverse modes. I want to get into an issue that isn't that big to me, but it is for the community, and that's collabs. It's not a secret that we've been getting so many collabs this season, almost too many. Some of the collabs do feel a little rushed because of this though. I really think Danny Phantom skins could have been so much better if they just took their time on it. It really feels like that collab was a little rushed. I mean, the built-in emote was bugged for a little bit when it came out. Not only that, but some of these collabs are moving away from the art style of Fortnite. For example, the Pop Fiction skins look way too realistic for this game. Another major issues with collabs this season are the prices. Most of the collabs nowadays are way too overpriced, especially the sidekicks. Now, I can understand why they are overpriced. It was probably expensive to get them into the game in the first place. And not only does Epic get paid from these collabs, but so do the person they're collabing with. It's a split income. But that's all I really have to say about the collabs this season. Now, one last issue that has been mostly fixed with this new update is the story. The story is definitely taking its sweet time to truly begin, which is weird considering they marketed this chapter to be story heavy. But to be fair, they were on vacation for a while. But in the new update, leakers found a mini event files, which is actually exciting. We're finally seeing the story progress, and I hope it doesn't stop here. I hope that every update or every week we do get story quests, we do get progression, and we get more audio logs as well. Now, it's obviously no secret that the Simpsons season was a banger, but not just in gameplay, but also the fact that it had a story going on that was easy and fun to follow. They are capable of doing a good story again, and the Simpsons season really showed that. Not even just the Simpsons season, I'll say chapter 6 in general. It did have some questionable decisions, don't get me wrong, but it had a story going on, more than chapter 5 ever had, and chapter 4 as well. They are capable of doing a good story again, they just have to try harder. That will be it for today's video. What do you think about the state of Fortnite right now? Do you think you are still enjoying the game, or do you think it's slowly falling? Let me know in the comments. Once again, use code NexusKnight in the Fortnite item shop, and make sure you like the video if you did enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching. See ya.